Hey, this is Zyra and Griffin, and we're feedbacking your ranked run. If you have any questions, feel free to ping us in your thread. You should just be an F5 here. What are we doing? So you, hold on. You should set your standard settings to be an F5, and then switch to first person. That so that you can get more info about the seed itself.
Yeah, I agree. I think first person's not that important for Muplicids in ranked. It only takes like half a second.
We're getting a this. Oh, okay, so there's a second blacksmith. Okay.
Take the iron sword.
Yeah, the iron sword might have been useful because then you can get the golem quickly.
You can make sure there because you know you always get 4 iron from the golem.
Yeah. Okay, no shears. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know about this. I think you should leave the book open the entire time. Closing it seems like a waste.
Yeah. Okay. The sword might have been really useful here, but okay.
Yeah.
Looking around, that's really nice. You see a lava pool behind you, like over there.
I know, yeah, that was the lava pool at the beginning too. Do you see that?
Okay. Okay. So again, just like be an F5 here, looking around. Okay. But we don't have flint, do we? I'd argue moving towards a spot of flint might be more useful than going out of your way to get leaves.
I'm not sure there even was, because the lava pool is right here to the left.
Oh,
Okay, there's another one, I guess. Okay. Uh,
yeah. Yeah,
I
I
mean,
guess. Like, did you have a bed? Oh, that's useful. Right.
there is an argument for routing this with woodlight in mind, so that you only get a couple logs and don't get leaves, and then overlap getting logs and leaves with the woodlight. But I think this is fine too. It's a consistent play.
Nice portal. Um, you can have your pie chart open when you enter the nether to immediately see a spawner or immediately see that you have a spawner. It's more useful in RS3, but still. Um, we have 3 seed. Okay. See, this is interesting because you can just go up here and then just boat down, and you're like right over there. I'd argue just that's just like better than going through all of this garbage. I don't know about you, Perfin. And then you just
Um,
fall on a hoglin.
I mean, I don't hate this. It was because isn't it quite buried up there? Like I was thinking it looked too buried to go up top.
I
I think
guess.
this was fine. I probably would have done the same thing.
Let's see. Uh, we're just dropping gold.
Yeah.
Um, I guess be more wary about like usually you want to mine from the outside looking inside so that stuff doesn't fall. And again, this is why there's an argument for not getting like iron. I guess in this case, I just definitely make boots instead of leggings. It's an interesting choice. What are we doing? Oh,
I don't hate it. The hoglin is kind of annoying.
yeah. But I mean, I'm confused why we didn't just like put lava down. Would that was just like gotten rid of the hog in the first place, and you might even get pork chops out of it. But we see, so hold on 1 second. So you see that this is a triple, so I'm guessing you just assume you just play DK here. I don't know if you check the other one. Okay. Doing Hoglin proof. It's nice. You don't need to break this block, the one on top of this.
This is interesting. You should pick the god block a lot further. Especially if you're doing the soul. Um,
Like,
not here. Wait, keep going. You should pick the god block here. It's like right as you cross over the wall. If you break the god block there, it aggroes the lodestone piglins too, and while still getting all of the pigs in the back behind you. And then when you do that, it means the lodestone pigs path straight towards you. And that's especially important if you're doing the hole that you're doing here, because if you stand too far back, like past this line here, then the lodestone piglins won't pathfind to you. They get stuck on a block. But if they come out first, if you by aggroing them early, then that remedies that issue.
you also wanna. Well, I guess it's fine here. I was gonna say a minor thing that you can probably change is like when you go down here, you can break your blackstone like this blackstone early. That way, if you do get like miscellaneous pigs here, you're never in a situation where you're gonna take damage. But that's like really minor.
Oh, and also, when you're building the bridge across, you shouldn't build a staircase. You can just pillar up too, and that way the piglins can't climb up. If any of them happen to wander up, it's just like slightly safer. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, that does. Yeah. I think if you're interested in improving your route, you can also do beef hole, where you make a hole
That's just not what
here.
it's called.
I don't know what it's called, but
I can link it. I can
I can
send it
link
in the
it.
thread.
Yeah, yeah. Right, so you should try and overlap this in the overworld itself. It's just almost always better. That way you can also have your pie open when you enter the nether. Right. And you do have a pearl, so you can theoretically do a pearl hang, which is always nice. Um, we didn't split string.
They've got 2 stacks.
Yeah, they have 2 stacks. I think you should just preemptively split it when you check for your trades for the first time. Oh, that's not use. That's not nice.
That was a good swing decision. It was really
Yeah,
closed up on the left.
yeah, I agree. Um,
I think there was an
That
opportunity to make an iron axe too. That is pretty important.
yeah. Did we pre-craft bed? I don't think we pre.
I
Well,
have
we
one
have
from
a
the
village.
village.
Oh, they have a village one, right? I usually prefer to put it in my hotbar if I have like a TNT or bed already, or if you pre-craft, put it in the hotbar so you can just immediately send it when you're on a spawner. But yeah. Um, I don't like this. I think you could have gone further to a better part or a more open part, maybe.
I think I agree. I think you run around to the right a bit and find somewhere better to pile up.
Yeah,
And that way you've eaten a little bit more too, since it's always scary when you pile on three hearts. Because you just fall 3 blocks and you're dead, and it's really scary. Like, it's not even your fault sometimes, you can just get unlucky.
yeah.
Oh, okay, that's nice though.
Right.
I didn't think 5RD matters here.
I think it's just
I
for
think you're just gonna.
FPS. I think their FPS is pretty bad. Okay, didn't overcraft.
This is not. You need to be using the yellow bed in your head. That being
Right.
said, I would always say that you should get 2 beds from the village and double blaze bed in this situation when you have enough
Yeah,
strength.
yeah. It's just
Double blaze
almost
bed is so
better. Yeah.
good. Yeah.
You should also almost just like immediately send a blaze, but that's why having it in your hotbar is so cool because you can just come up to the spawner immediately get it. And the benefit of that is that you get more time to clear the spawner and like all the flames and stuff before the second wave, so you're potentially increasing your chances of spawns. Um,
Yeah, I agree. It's really important.
this is like really like the terrain is really good around here, but I guess we just have six, right?
Yeah, iron sword would go crazy here if you kept it from the blacksmith.
Yeah.
It'd be like you don't even have to worry about the knockback.
Why are we throwing out soul sand? You have like leaves which are bad. Nether brick, glowstone. Um,
I think the leaves should be gone in the bastion always. I hate
yeah,
keeping leaves past the bastion. It's just so bad for inventory. But I
soul
do also
sand.
like throwing out. I like throwing out the extra sauce and then only keeping a stack. I think it's a good habit.
Interesting. I mean, I'd rate soul sand higher than leaves, so leaves would be my first priority in terms of things to throw out.
Yeah.
What are we? Right, I'd recommend trying and learning sword crafting, especially for these things. It's OW if you're using English for a bow. Um,
Yeah, definitely get those leaves out of there.
yeah, doing okay. I'm assuming the idea was to go up on the gravel there, which is good. Okay.
And I think you should be like diligent about crafting multiple of your eyes when you have this many pearls. It's just cluttering up your inventory for no reason.
Yeah,
And you're gonna have to craft them later anyway. It's likely.
yeah, 100%.
This is
Yeah,
awesome.
unfortunate. Place the soul sand down. Place the soul sand down. Just you get time
That's
to look
true.
at your inventory.
And get pearls on your hotbar.
Yeah, there's no pearls. If you have like enough, like you have a bunch of pearls. I think we have like a stack in our inventory, so I don't understand this decision of not just pre-crafting all of it. And then you just like put the pearls in that slot, so it just never matter. What are we doing? Oh, single. Oh, this is nice. Right.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't make you break the butter.
I guess it was like high enough that it didn't matter. I'm guessing. Here, offhanding obsidian is really good because you can just break and oh, that's not good. But you can just break and place netherrack with obsidian. Oh,
Oh,
that makes
that's
sense.
okay.
Yeah.
But I have noticed that is twice now that you've thrown pearls on the floor. Is there like something going on with your hotbar? Like,
Yeah.
you go back to the bastion. I want to see where they had pearls in their hotbar when they were leaving the bastion. Okay, yeah. So you have pearls in your seventh slot, and then when you go to place obsidian, it looks like you also want to have obsidian in your seventh slot. Yeah, and you have pearls in your seventh slot the entire time, and then when you go to build the portal, it's like you expect the obsidian to be there instead, which I think is just incorrect. You should have a different slot on your hotbar for obsidian.
Yeah, 100%. It's a good catch actually. What is this hot bar? Immediately you can get rid of like I argue that axe is like better to get rid of than shovel because souls and valleys exist. But just like work on your hotbar, I guess, and make sure that you have separate spots and you memorize those spots, which is really nice because you don't do stuff like that.
Yeah, I would even suggest putting obsidian on your hotbar when you're in the bastion. It makes it easy to see like when you have 20 and so that if you get good rates you can just build the portal instantly.
Yeah. Did we RTA render change down to 8 RD? Guessing not. Oh, we did. Okay.
You should be
Yeah.
throwing out your FNS and your gold nuggets and your hopper, but you've already pre-crafted, so it doesn't really matter. I think it's a good habit regardless.
Yeah, I do that too. Another thing I wanted to point out is that you want to try and do this while you're pulling to your fort. It's like double benefits. You can scan for your spawners in the fort itself, and you don't have to like do it as you're like blinding into the stronghold. Which means like sometimes if you don't get it right, then you're gonna waste time in the stronghold doing this, which is gonna load mobs, which is gonna make preemptive worse.
This is awful. Do not do thin like that. You should do 30 FOV
Yeah,
instead.
you should do 30 FOE.
And then once you get a spike, you should go thin to narrow it down.
This is just like you should still be rescanning all this way, but okay, it's just right there. Never mind. You can do a portal animation skip where on the last eye you jump up and you, well, if you offhand your bread, you can hold right click and it. If you start the eating animation before you enter the dimension, then it just does it. Like this is
Yeah,
why you
you
should
have no
skip
pause on
portals.
your hotbar for some reason.
Yeah,
You should have pause on your hotbar. Like, you swapped them out with the obsidian, and then they never went back on your hotbar.
yeah, you should. Yeah, your hotbar needs some work. It's just like portals are just important. There we go. So interesting. That port was really bad. I'm sorry. Wait, 058. You can learn what is it called? I think it's called double or double port flip or something. Um, I can link a video later, but okay. I'm assuming we just didn't want to do zero there, so that port is whatever. Um, I don't hate this. It's fine. Um, it doesn't like past Z70 doesn't change much standing behind, but you should be standing behind the pillars, which you're doing, so that's good. I personally prefer being in F5 here, just so you can like see the dragon when it's like really off in the distance, but we're not doing that. You're standing on the wrong side. You should be standing on that side. And if you do find yourself in a situation where you're on the wrong side, this is like the timing is It's like one tick later. We're doing okay damage.
Yay. Nice.
So just to recap, overall your line was a bit weird. You're not your standard setting should be so you're in F5. Um,
Take the iron sword.
Iron Sword would have been really nice, yeah. Um, Generally just like being more aware of where you're going. You should have a line in your head of the stuff that you want to hit. So that's hay bales, your gravel, your golem obviously, and then the lava pool. Um, this like going out of your way. Well, we went out of our way to get the leaves, which is a bit interesting, especially since we saw the lava pool already. I would have gone towards the lava pool and then like try to hit leaves that are closer to that. Um, like Priffin mentioned, there's an argument for doing wood light here while you get more wood or something, I guess. Or even just like go get gravel. I don't know.
Can
If
you
you
go back to
wanna,
the beginning too?
where?
Where after exiting the blacksmith, the first one.
Is it like here? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
When
we?
you have 5 here, there's a there's a lava
It's
pool
like
there. That's like
behind
so
the
much closer
tree.
now.
Yeah,
And I would
yeah,
like keep that in mind that uh there's probably gravel on this mountain to your left. So I would get water from
yeah,
the village and gravel from the mountain, hopefully, if you see some. And I think isn't there always a tree in the center of the village? I would use that for leaves, but now that I'm looking, I don't really see one. So maybe I'm lying.
yeah. It's good comms. What else? To be entered. F3C on enter is nice. You can have your pie open and make sure that you're doing you're changing your directory in the overworld, which is really nice. The routing was fine. You can like not staircase up here, like Griffin said, and then late gold block to get the lodestone pegs. Um, I don't prefer doing this hole. I like doing it like over here or like right behind. Um, but I guess it doesn't matter that much, so it's fine. Um, Scanning was fine. Terrain decision was really good. Your hotbar is a
Grabbed an
mess
iron
post
axe.
bastion. Iron. Oh yeah, your pre-craft. You should just. Well, we had a bed, so bed is whatever. But iron axe is really important too. Um, yeah, your hotbar is a mess post bastion, and terrain decision was really nice. Would have tried to look for a better place to pull while you load up on your health. It's whatever. Um, Again, just having your bed in your hotbar early on while you get to the spawner so you can just immediately send a blaze bed or even double blaze bed. What Griffin said about getting two beds from the village. It's really nice. All this is like fine. You can place a soul sand to get up the water stream. Don't. This is just like an obvious mistake that you did because your hotbar is a bit of a mess. So I'd recommend trying and working on that. Um, this 30 FOV and thin, and it like feels really indecisive. Your scan, we get like I'm not familiar with like your spikes. It's obviously a bit weird, but it we're like spinning too fast. Like I don't know about your profile, but I'd usually spin slower and try to pinpoint my thing or my spike. And then obviously scanning while you're moving to the stronghold so you get a better idea of where you're going is really important too. Again, your hotbar, you have gold nuggets here, and then yeah, insta perch. Um, I think that's everything. If you have any questions, feel free to ping us in your thread. Thanks.